Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing NCT Dream, BTTF, and Chiller. All right. Ooh, you're excited. Let's go. Get hype.
Okay, so we're doing NCT Dream.
Today we're doing NCT Dream.
Okay, and I've never experienced NCT Dream, right?
No, you have not. Not even when I've sent you songs aside from what we do here. I don't think I've sent you anything NCT Dream. But they're one of my favorites. They're probably up there. I mean, NCT, I think we can say NCT at all is my favorite. Like every single subunit. We're actually doing 2 NCT subunits today.
Okay.
Dream is an interesting one. They are initially they had a graduation concept. So it would be that like members would age out of NCT Dream and they would get replaced with newer members, and the NCT Dream would just keep being like cyclical. However, can you take a guess as to who's in NCT Dream?
Is it Mark?
It's Mark.
Okay.
Mark is in NCT Dream. He sure is. And then, So Mark graduated from NCT Dream. And he was gone for, I think, like a comeback or 2. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if the fans revolted, if the Dream members themselves revolted or whatever. But like as soon as Mark left the group, he was right back in. And then they stopped the graduation concept. I don't really know what was behind that, other than that I think Mark is really fucking beloved by everybody. Why wouldn't he be? Because he's Mark.
Okay, yeah.
So they stopped the graduation concept. It is now a set 7 members. Although they do sometimes perform as 5 Dream when Mark and Haechan, who are also in NCT 127, have like conflicting promotion schedules. So like I saw NCT Dream at KCON 2 years ago, and it was 5 Dream, no Mark or Haechan, because they were doing promotion with NCT 127 in Korea. Okay. So there is some cross members here between groups.
Okay, I will probably, if anything, recognize Mark.
You will recognize Mark.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you should at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and these are, you said these were new?
2 releases. We are doing their pre-release track and their title release track. This isn't uncommon in K-pop. They usually will do a pre-release track and a title release track. The pre-release track we'll start with, I think, because it's usually not as good as the title track. Actually, it's almost never as good as the title track. So we want to end with the bang versus...
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so the first one will be the pre-release and the second one will be the title track.
Okay, and so this is something even you have not heard.
I have not heard either one of these. I'm very excited.
Okay.
It's hard for me to withhold myself from watching Dream content or any NCT content when it comes out. So I'm very excited. Okay,
and this is a rare occurrence because she's taking me through the K-pop world, and so very rarely do we ever have a situation where she also has not heard it.
Yeah.
Especially when it's with a group that she talks a lot about. So, so I'm kind of excited to see what you think of it too. So are you ready to go?
Oh god, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's start yesterday.
Guys, before we do, check out my memberships. They're only $1 and you get early access to videos like these and our anime reactions.
NCT Dream has been playing with a more experimental sound, so just to warn you.
Okay. I don't think that'll bother me.
I don't think so either. BTTF is Back to the Future, by the way. The acronym.
Okay.
Ooh, there's some 80s synth going on there? Oh shit. That was such a cop piece. Oh my god.
I know, I was like, don't drop it now. Like, oh yeah.
There's that Stranger Things.
I was about to say Stranger Things. Kind of Tron, kind of Stranger Things.
That's That's Haechan. He's also in NCT 127.
Okay.
Oh, that was cool. We are kind of going all over the place melodically.
A little bit, yeah.
That's like Michael Jackson kind of levels of theatrical.
That hoverboard, how was it in 2016?
There's some lore here. So,
okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Back to the Future. There you go.
Inspired by. Very cool.
Okay. I have my thoughts.
Okay.
All right.
We'll let you start.
And you said this was the pre-release, so it's not supposed to be the better of the two.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty good for a pre-release.
I believe you are correct.
Yeah, it's very strong. Though I can see that there could be room for something to come out that's maybe better. But yeah, I would say because I expected worse, to be honest, or at least something that was just kind of like maybe a bit more mediocre.
Mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that just kind of qualified as a song and can get you by or whatever. But no, there was some hooks in here, I think. So
I just have to say I don't want to interrupt you too much, but yes, like for a pre-release track, that did a lot. Like it was, it doesn't, like a lot of pre-release tracks feel a little bit half-assed and sort of like, here's a little taste before we give you like the big snack or whatever. That was a snack on its own. Like the production value on that, all of the sounds they were experimenting with, it was very rich and full, and it did a lot. But anyway,
I have a very nitpicky criticism for it. And I'll try to explain as best I can because it involves sounds. But for those of you that don't know, I'm a musician and I've been one for over 20 years. So like the really cool synth in there, that's the Stranger Things synth, we'll call it. I would have liked while that was going on for whenever they had like their more hip hop beats to come in, like the dun dun dun, like that part. Those two parts only intersected for maybe a few seconds, and
you wanted more overlap.
I wanted that, like, because that synth
was
just
so
by
good.
itself, but just by itself was just very. It almost had its own beat to it, and that's how like rhythmic it is.
Yeah.
And so to actually have like an actual like percussive beat go along with it, and something that's a bit more hip hoppy, that would have like accentuated that more. And
it was
been,
underutilized.
I think they and usually I'm for their transitions from like chorus to verse, and and then maybe even changing the whole vibe altogether, like the mood changes. Or genre switch, whatever you want to do. But in this case, they kind of like cut me off a little too soon with that. Like,
Okay.
they could have totally milked that with me, and I would have been absolutely all for it. And in this case, I would have been like, yeah, like I actually would have appreciated a little bit more repetitiveness out of it, so that I can just stay in there and stay in that pocket.
That's a good criticism.
And
Yeah.
and just be like, yeah, because like while these other parts are cool too, they could have came later and they could have done their thing. I would have been okay with that, but like that, I think the bread and butter of that song was that synth. And
Yes, absolutely.
and so like to take that and then take that part and just like take that part to the next level, I think that would have really done it for me. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of like that would have taken this song and been like, hey, this would have been like either the title track or this would have been just at least a really strong contender.
Yeah.
So
No, I totally concur with that. It felt like we didn't get enough time in any one kind of part of the song to like really lean into it and sink into the sound, because then it was just moving on to something else. So I agree, and I 100% back the Stranger Things synth being underutilized, because it was so good. Like it fit that opening. So that opening was like cinematic almost.
Yeah, because in a weird way they were able to like we're drawing a parallel to that, but they were able to like take it and like put like their attitude into it, and it was like almost like it's almost like a street thing almost, that they did with it. And so so it was they were able to morph it to what they needed it to be.
Right. There was a lot of 90s hip hop in there too, which there was a lot of like throwback sounds in that song. I love when K-pop does that, because I feel like, I mean, everything is cyclical, right? Like music, like things come back in and out of trend. But the things K-pop does with those like 90s and 80s sounds like always impress me. They always find a way to make it sound familiar but refreshing. So I'm not feeling like I'm listening to the same 80s songs. Not that I was alive in the 80s, but if I were.
What's the 80s? I don't know.
I don't know. I think no one remembers that time. There weren't.
I'm just a baby.
but so yeah. Do we think that was actually the Stranger Things synth line?
No.
It felt no. Okay.
No, I think it was extremely close.
Yeah.
I would probably say there might be an extra note or two, and then on a different octave. And though the oscillation of it is very similar, and that's probably where we're getting it from.
Yeah. I'm sure that's intentional.
Yeah, so like probably the texture and the way it's oscillating is I think the part of the point, and they had to have known when they were doing it.
I don't. Like I said, I don't think that's like a rip off or anything like that. I think it was a very intentional nod. Because I mean, obviously at the end it acknowledges like inspired by Back to the Future. Obviously the movie, since they have the Back to the Future logo.
Which is an 80s movie.
Which is not that. So I think the sound is supposed to lend itself very gratuitously to an 80s sound. And like Stranger Things right now is one of the most current throwbacks to 80s nostalgia.
Yeah, so. Like you could definitely kind of see, when they were having a meeting about this, like what sort of eras are we going to be pulling from, and then they're probably drawing from inspiration on what other people have done with it.
Yeah.
And so, and yeah, I mean, they're probably fans of the show too, and
last thing I want to say, very anthemic, and I love that. I love when K-pop songs are anthemic, particularly whenever they would mention Dream and shout it out. It just felt like really satisfying to me as a lover of NCT Dream to just hear that, especially like that it was in the chorus, and the chorus felt big and like self-affirming. And context, the hoverboards when NCT Dream very first release, and they were babies, like I'm talking like 15 16 years old when NCT Dream debuted. Their first song, they did choreography on hoverboards.
Oh, okay.
It was actually really impressive what they did on the hoverboards, and no one had ever done anything like it before in K-pop, and really no one has done anything like it since. So that was like a self-reference, I think, a little nod to the fans. Like,
okay, I was a little confused by that because they were asked the question and then they never answered it. So,
but Jamin gave a knowing smile.
Yeah, and
like
so
and I know.
He was saying something without actually saying anything.
Yes,
but
it was for the fans.
So for me, who is brand new, he's just looking at me, and I'm like.
And for me, who loves NCT Dream, I get chills because I'm like, I was there. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm like, you didn't say anything. And
he said a lot. He said a lot.
Okay.
All right.
Rating.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit difficult to rate, I think.
This one's hard because because again, that synth line is very strong, but I don't think it's strong enough to carry the whole thing because they didn't utilize it for the whole thing necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it like a 7.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that's good. I might go a little bit higher, like 7.5.
Uh-huh.
And I also wonder, just like so people know, we listen to it through speakers, which it sounds good. Don't get me wrong, but like it's different having like in-ear headphones and hearing like the bass and everything else. Like, so I do wonder if like listening to it like the full like.
Yeah, it'll probably be, you know, a bit more bassier, more punchy, things like that.
Yeah. So, but I'm good with giving it 7.5. It's a good song.
Okay.
It's a very good for pre-release.
Oh yeah, like I expected like a 5.5 or 6 or something.
Yeah, something mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Title track.
Title track. Here we go.
All right. That THX sound.
We don't get to follow the rules. Yeah, we play 'em. Let's go. Hey, y'all ready for this? Hey, y'all ready for this? This is how we do.
Yeah, there's Mark.
마이클처럼 다 moonwalking, come on dance, dance. 기계 빠는 내 손에 마음대로 feel body away. Pulling up, say yo what's up. 알지 멋지신 척. This time, 그대를 가지면 전부 위를 놀아. 너무 super한 놈이다 말이 많아. 너는 홀린 채 나만 따라올 거야.
They're doing a lot with this song too.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Okay, definitely more 80s throwbacks.
너무 super한 놈이라 말이 많아. 너는 울린 채로 나만 따라올 거야. No way, no way, I'm that killer. 혼돈의 공간을 가두는 killer. 잘 봐봐, I'm that stunner. 완전 같은 drama. 시시한 것들은 몽땅 버려. Get your hands up. 우리가 누군지
Haechan's voice. His falsetto.
Flipping the beat. 너무 쉬운 거야, 질러. Let it all go. No way, no way, I'm that killer. 혼돈의 공간을 가지는 killer. 잘 봐봐, I'm that stunner. Don't let it. 완전 같은 drama killer. 시신 것들을 몽땅 버려. Get your hands up.
Interesting.
Yes. Okay.
I am so curious to hear the rest of this album
Okay.
to see if it's all that heavily 80s inspired. I mean, there was so much 80s in there, like it was almost like hard to catch all of the references. I actually think I might have liked Back to the Future better.
I am in the same boat.
Yeah.
I actually like the pre-release more.
Yeah.
I do think this had probably a possibly stronger chorus.
Ooh, I should always talk before you. Then you say it, and I feel like
Okay.
no
okay,
me.
Go ahead.
Cut it. I'm talking first, and then you say it after me.
Okay.
So the chorus on that was really good.
Really?
That was amazing.
Oh my god.
It was so good.
I thought the same thing.
Did you really?
Okay,
You're
yeah,
such a
yeah.
copycat. I can't.
I know.
Like,
I should have said it first.
formulate your own opinions
I yeah.
for once.
Yeah.
Anyway, No, but like, so there wasn't I really needed some more melody from the verses.
Mm-hmm.
They felt a little too, I don't really know what the word would be. Not like disjointed, but it was hard to like grasp onto anything in, like, honestly, I'm not even sure I could like recall the melody of the verses, but I can recall the melody of the chorus. That was a strong fucking chorus.
Yeah.
The chorus, and so I'm actually like a little bit sad that the verses weren't better than they were, because that chorus is so good, but it can't carry the entire song. It needs help. But it was an amazing chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They so this is kind of like why like dance music is really a tough sell for me, because they tend to fall in that they always utilize the dance beat, which is the and then if you keep doing that and you don't take me anywhere, like I get bored really quick. Like,
Yeah.
And because I've heard so many songs like that before, you kind of need to, you got to do something like fast. And so with them, I actually expected them to switch that up quicker than they did. They kind of like stuck with that for a little while.
Yeah.
Particularly in the verses, and I think that's kind of why I, at first was like, this kind of feels a little weaker. And so and while technically, yes, the chorus did also have the dance beat, it was accentuated by all the synths really backing it up.
Yeah.
And it just really threw it out there. It was like, okay, here is the meat and potatoes of like what the song has to offer.
Yeah.
Whereas the verses are just kind of like, this is just what we're doing
Generic
to get us there.
a little.
Yeah. This is just what we're doing to get us there. And so like, and that's kind of, I don't really remember how like the rest of the verses went, if we just kept going back into that. So it was a little forgettable for me, but that's kind of part of what I'm saying is like, they kind of kept utilizing the same ideas when it came to the verses, and they weren't taking us anywhere new per se. And and that is, I guess, the trouble with going back to certain eras is, for people that have already heard those like as they were happening, not that we were alive during those times, but we're a tougher sell because we've been there. We were there years ago. And so and they're not, and this isn't even like the first era to do callbacks, to those sorts of things.
I think I'm the exact opposite of you, because I actually am very lenient because I love 80s synth so much that if you even give me like a crumb, I'm in. So it doesn't take a lot for me. So I think that kind of maybe speaks to just how generic that verse was.
Okay.
That I was just,
even for you, it was kind of tough.
a little bit meh.
Uh-huh.
But again, I really don't feel like I can understate how good that chorus was, because it was really a fantastic chorus.
Yeah, it pops.
And the bridge was really nice too, when you have Renjin and Haechan and Chenla come in with their beautiful vocals to kind of shine. That's another thing. In neither one of these vocals, so NCT Dream has some beautiful vocalists, like some genuinely, like Haechan and his falsetto is just out of this world. All three of them are very underutilized in both this song and the last one. And maybe that's intentional, because these did feel like more like party songs, and maybe it wouldn't like really be like appropriate to come with like, but I feel like even in a party song you can put some strong vocals in there.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because like I don't have many notes for their vocals. Like they weren't bad, but they didn't do anything that I was like, oh wow, that's different. Or but maybe you're right. Maybe these are more party songs and they're not meant to be that. But I also was kind of expecting more than a party song at the same time. Maybe that's more on me than them. But yeah, I feel like with the first song, I feel like the verse was stronger
Than the chorus?
than this chorus, I would say. I think I like it more because I like that type of textures in my synth. This was nice too, but this was definitely a lot more dancey for sure.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one was a bit more, it had some attitude.
Yeah, there was like a grit to it.
Yeah, and I like that, I think, more than just happy dancey kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just a personal preference, so it's definitely not like one is technically better than the other. It's just
what sounds you gravitate towards.
Yeah. And so I gravitate towards that more than whatever this song had to offer.
Yeah. I still have both of them, and then not that this is music related, but I really do think it bears mentioning the editing and graphics and visual effects for both of these videos was absolutely insane.
Really good.
They were doing some crazy shit.
I will probably say that in that regard, this video was probably a bit better than the last one.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. But I think they were both amazing in that way.
I think maybe even like 30 seconds into this video, into Chiller, I was like, how did they do that? Or it's like, oh, that looked like it was a pain in the ass to render that. And, you know, because like when they were like 3D and then they would like walk out and then they turn real.
Yeah.
I'm like, that must have sucked to try to put together. And so, but yeah, the video was very impressive. You can definitely tell that there was a lot of production value in that. So, but yeah, and that seems to be a ongoing theme, is all these videos just have so much production value.
Yes. Last comment I'll make. In their defense, I feel even with the choruses of Chiller being a little bit generic, both of these songs did something different. Like, this is not a common sound I hear every day, not just in K-pop, but in pop music in general. This is not something my ears are accustomed to hearing, so I like that. Even considering the fact that the verses of Chiller were generic, these were still really progressive pop songs. Doing something different. And I like that they're pushing boundaries. And maybe that's part of the problem, right? Like, it's with NCT in general, right? They tend to be more experimental, just like with Sticker. So maybe, like, upon first listen, it's not gonna hit. It takes more than one listen, right? Like, you have to sit there and really, like, dig deep into the little parts to, like, see the full picture clearly. It's not always that you get it on your first try. Like, for me at least with NCT. With you, I don't know. Like, because you're not, you know.
Yeah, I mean, with Chiller, I don't know if I'll get much more out of it on repeated listens, but the first one, what's the first one's name?
Back to the Future. So BTTF.
BTT. Okay, so Back to the Future. I think that one can grow on me more.
Yeah.
Because just taking some more passes at that synth, I think I could, and just maybe like analyze it a bit more too. I had to like re-listen to the beginning of Back to the Future because I just needed to make sure that beat wasn't crossing with that synth at the same time, and I just didn't notice it.
Maybe that's why they have the dropout in the very beginning, so it's like less noticeable that it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know what that was such a. I got blue balled there, and so and that was like a long pause too, and I was like, you can't leave me hanging that long, you know, and so it's definitely longer than usual, but yeah, like, again, my only criticism of that one is that if you just took that beat and because the beat was there, they just put it in other places.
Yeah.
But if you just took that same beat and stuck it on that synth, man, that would have taken it to the moon for me. So. But yeah, so are you ready for a rating on this one? Okay, what do you think?
It's a mark out of 10.
It's a mark out of 10, which is like, it's like 500 at least out of 10. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna rate it a little bit lower. I'm gonna call it a 6 for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would rate it higher than a 6. You know what I think though? Like, I don't know if this is fair, but like, you know, putting them together, now I want to give BTTF like maybe an 8.
Okay.
And then bump this one down to like a 7.
Okay.
Because I do still, I mean, the chorus can't carry the entire song, but it can carry me pretty far. And I really, really, really love the chorus on Chiller.
Yeah, I mean,
But I get it.
I'm trying to find room to be able to improve the score, but I think in order for me to give a higher score, both the verse and the chorus have to hit in some way.
I agree.
And like
typically,
and one is missing out of one or the other.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to leave the videos out of it too,
which is hard.
And honestly, like I'm missing the story, so like the videos aren't giving me much anyway, other than, you know, we're in the future, we got hoverboards. I've seen Back to the Future, but that doesn't help me a whole lot.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
I still enjoyed it.
No, yeah, that was fun.
I still love NCT Dream, and these will go on the rotation for me, I'm sure.
Yeah, these two songs, by no means make me feel like I don't need to check out anymore. I do want to check out more.
Oh, we will. We're gonna do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, as long as, you know, she's next to me.
I'm curating.
Yeah. So
I'll pick all the good ones.
exactly. So but yeah.
Actually, if you guys have suggestions, because I'm gonna make him do a 3-er to watch like 3. If you have suggestions for which ones you'd want him to see, let us know. Even though I'm pretty sure I already have them all picked out, and Hello Future is absolutely gonna be on that list just in case you're worried.
Yes, she needs your affirmation to give her the excuse to hit me with whatever you got.
I don't
So
actually need anything. I'm gonna do it regardless.
She doesn't actually need anything. What I said was completely wrong, and
As
I usually am.
Yeah, especially
So,
when it comes to what's going on in here.
Yeah, I know nothing about. No, I don't know her at all. So anyway, what I do know is that that's the end of this video. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Let us know what to check out next, and give us a list if you want, and we'll do our best to check it out. So we will see you guys later.